Welcome to the David Bradley Show with your host, David Bradley.
All right, everybody. How's it going? We're just chugging right along. Listen, y'all, I got something. My guest this week is, it's kind of like a little bit of a story to it. And basically what it all boils down to is I want everybody to understand the moral of the whole story. It's basically you can achieve anything you put your mind to. That's the moral of the whole story this week. And I met this young man. We were at the Franklin Theater, and he actually stopped me and said, I know you. And I'm like, okay. And I guess he'd been watching in one of my shows or something. I'm not sure. But yeah, we went from there, and he has chosen photography. And he's pretty dadgum good at it. I watched him work the whole show that night. DOMINE was playing. It's a Pink Floyd Tribute band. Mark Ali is actually with Tattered Sons, but he does the DOMINE. I can't ever pronounce that right. I swear it's weird.
I think it's DOMINE.
DOMINE? Okay, DOMINE. Mark, call me and tell me if I screwed up. But anyway. So anyway, everybody say hi to Bo. And I totally spaced on your last name. Judkins. Judkins.
There you go.
Okay. Make sure I had it right, because I'm bad.
It right.
Dude, I'm bad with names.
Hey, you did it good.
That's like, you could tell me your dad's name, and I'd still call him Dad, or your dad.
Okay, yeah.
It's just weird.
You're better than most people. Most people, oh, you're, what do they say? Judski, sure.
But you're not Polish.
Who says?
Are you Polish?
No.
So anyway, the moral of the story, the whole thing here, what I found that was cool was that I didn't know it at the time. I thought you was in your 20s, but you're 16.
16.
And I just find that awesome. I really do. Because, I mean, I watched you that night. Professional. You took some awesome pictures, man. You know, I mean, I was just like blown away. So how did you know this might be your niche, you know?
I don't know. I just, I don't even think I really meant to get into concerts.
Yeah.
But I like music.
Mm-hmm.
I started off just taking pictures of stuff that's on the ground, flowers and stuff, you know. And then,
well, I've seen some of the pictures that you've done on couples too.
Yeah, I've done.
And they're really good.
Yeah, I do portraits. I do it all, man.
Awesome.
Events. But yeah, I started off with that, nature shots, and my friend Johnny Red, he's a real good friend to me. He's a older fella, about maybe 50 something, and he can play the guitar like nobody's business.
Awesome.
And I met him at the fair and took pictures of him. He's like, "You take the best pictures I ever seen." I hadn't even taken any concert pictures at all.
Yeah.
You know, and so he invited me to a bar. A bar. Well, it's a bar and grill. I can go to a bar.
You can go to a bar and grill though.
Yeah. And I took pictures there for him, and that's pretty much where it started. And maybe a couple of events here and there for stuff that's in my town.
Mm-hmm.
There's this one, I forget what it's called. It's like some kind of Christian, and it's this dude, Rare Breed.
Yeah. That's his name, Rare Breed?
No, his name's like Ron.
Oh, okay.
Bob, but he goes by Rare Breed.
Okay.
And I just met him there. I was like, "Hey, can I take pictures of you on stage?" I had never heard of him.
Mm-hmm.
He's like got 100,000 followers on Instagram and stuff, and that's
yeah.
Cool. And that's another kind of introduction to concert photography. That's my real first concert.
Right.
I hadn't ever, because I'd been to the bar and grill, just taking photos of Johnny Red, you know.
Yeah. Well, how did you get, let's see, I'm trying to figure this out in my head. How did you get into the taking pictures of DOMINE? Was it Mark that hollered at you, or?
Okay. So this was my first time, like, actually trying to get into concerts.
Right.
I heard about this, not venue, but yeah, it's a venue, the Old Gray.
Yeah.
And I just messaged them on Facebook. I was like, hey, can I come take pictures? And they're like, yeah, you can. That'd be great.
Yeah.
And so I went with my dad.
Mm-hmm.
I started taking pictures of everybody. And Mark Ali was with Lily Grace.
Yeah.
He was there taking pictures of Lily.
Okay.
And, I just walked up to him. I took some pictures of him. I always do that. I always make sure. Everybody's always focused on the artist, but I like to get pictures of the photographer too.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah, it is. And they love it. But yeah, it's just, I walked up to him. I showed him, here. Look, I took pictures of you.
Yeah.
He's like, man, those are cool, man. And then he started showing me pictures that he took with all these celebrities, and I was like, man, that's like, he's worked with Alice Cooper and all these different people. It's cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And Alice Cooper is cool as all get out, man.
Oh, coolest.
He's a big old sweetheart. He wears face paint, but he's a sweetheart.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I just we gotta get back to the original question though. How did you? What brought it up to where you was? Because your dad said you studied the crap out of it, and the equipment and everything else.
I just
had a passion for it, or
at camp one year, my buddy David, he had a camera, and I saw the pictures that he took at camp, and I was like, oh, he takes some cool pictures. I want to do that too. Yeah. And so I started talking to him. I was like, what's a good camera I need to buy? He's like, here's a good camera. You buy that. And I did, and it's worked out.
Awesome. You still using the same camera?
No.
What do you got?
I use a Nikon DE700.
Mm-hmm.
It's a brilliant camera.
Yeah. See, my first camera, because I was interested in photography when I was younger. Mm-hmm. And my first camera was actually a Ricoh 35 millimeter.
That's film.
35 millimeter.
I've heard of Ricoh, but I ain't studied them at all.
No. Well, it was a good camera.
I believe it.
It basically like a knockoff of a Nikon.
Okay. Yeah.
It had the same body and everything.
Yeah. The Nikon's had all the ripoffs.
Oh, yeah. All of them. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's like Smith & Wesson. I mean, everybody's copied them, you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just different stuff. But, yeah, I got into it when I was young, man, and I was just a girl I dated. She just loved to have her picture taken.
Yeah, they do love that.
Yeah, and I mean, it was and it was tasteful, y'all, okay? It wasn't no perverted stuff. It was tasteful. And I just had a lot of fun with it. And then about that same time, I started messing around with bands and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I had taken a bunch of pictures of some bands, and, you know, they turned out pretty good, but I can't tell you where those pictures are. I have no clue. And then it was like a couple of weeks later, somebody broke into my car, stole my briefcase full of cassette tapes, my camera, and everything else they could get out of my car. Beautiful. And I was just kind of like, and I just got away from it.
Well, that's a good thing about digital. I'd love to shoot film someday. Yeah. Whenever it ain't going to be a burden.
Well, I was thinking about going to school and learning how they developed and everything back then. I'm knocking my drink over. But I mean, today, I mean, it's all digital and it's just a whole lot quicker.
Easier.
I mean, yeah, it's easier.
Yeah.
You know, you can take pictures. The time you get home, you can download them and work on them. And the next day you could have.
Everybody's a photographer.
Yeah. Well,
everybody's got a camera on their phone.
You know, that's what amazed me is how good the cameras are on these phones here lately.
Yeah. They're getting better. Not as good as a camera yet, but.
Yeah, because that's a 13 Max Pro and it takes good pics.
Yeah.
Because I've took some, you know, like somebody invites me out to their show or something like that, and I'll take some pictures.
Yeah.
But.
Well, that's good. What they're good for. That's what I use it for.
Yeah.
I won't take my camera to. Well, I'll take my camera everywhere. But
Yeah.
if it's something simple, I'll just be lazy.
Yeah, just pull the phone out.
Yeah.
Because it's amazing some of the effects and everything that's on that thing. They can make scary people look Hollywood gorgeous.
Oh yeah, that
Filters.
and it's just on Snapchat too, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, my granddaughter gets on Snapchat and she just, dude, she'll take and do the little starry things and the different creature animations and all that stuff.
That stuff kills me, man.
I can't do it.
No.
And none of it makes me look better. So, I mean,
Probably makes you look prettier, maybe.
well, I mean, I thought about just having my hair one color and I did that. And then I think she hit a button that made me a redhead. And I was just like, no. I mean, we're talking flaming redhead. I mean, I just, no, that ain't me. I couldn't do it, dude. I mean, I really couldn't, but.
Boys with red hair ain't it, though.
I don't know. There's some guys out there with redhead.
There's some of them that are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mentioned Johnny Red. He was a redhead,
Yeah.
of course. He had a afro, and that was cool. Like, he posts pictures every once in a while. Real old pictures, and it's cool.
Man. Yeah, there was a time everybody was getting a perm. Everybody was getting the curly hair and all that other stuff. It was crazy back in the day.
Now look at him.
Yeah, I
All
know.
bald.
Well, I'm starting to lose, so.
Man, I'm starting to lose too. I don't know what my deal is. I'll go in the shower, I'll just wash my hair, and it all starts falling out. It's like,
Well, I mean, if you go through genealogy, hair loss is actually on your mama's side.
is it?
Yes.
Well, nobody's lost hair on their side too. Maybe I'm like the first one. I don't know.
Well, maybe it skipped over everybody else and just landed on you.
Maybe like my great granddad, grandma.
Who knows? My son's getting a little spot up top and he blames me, and I'm like, nope, that was your mama. You can get over it. Julie, what are you doing limping? Oh, you sat still too long? That's what gets me. She won't sit still unless she's watching a Hallmark movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she'll sit at her house. She'll sit there and watch a Hallmark movie because nobody around bug her, and she'll sit there and watch a Hallmark movie and I guess snack and whatever else.
Well, Hallmark movies are all right. They're kind of copy and paste a little bit, but yeah, they're okay.
Well, they're all copy and paste from the the first 30 minutes of it and the last 30 minutes of it.
Yeah.
And then in the middle, they're a little bit different here and there.
Yeah, a little bit.
But in the end,
They switch up the actors, at least.
yeah. Well, I mean, boy gets girl.
Yeah.
Happy
Of course,
ever
all
after.
movies are like that anyways. Beginning, middle, end. That's what it is.
Yeah. I want to see a movie where the villain gets the girl and the happy life and everything changes for him.
Happy life.
Mm-hmm.
Is he the villain if it's a happy life? The villains get a happy life.
No, he was a villain in the beginning, but I want to see it just like a change.
Kind of like
you
an
know?
anti-hero type of thing.
Yeah. Just something that'll change, you know?
I can't think of any, but that sounds like something that's happened before.
I don't know. It might have.
Might have.
Somebody send me an email. Let me know. Send Julie an email. Let her know.
Relay the message.
Relay the message. I didn't say nothing bad. They're just predictable. So you taking photography in school?
No, I don't plan on it. YouTube.
Just YouTube it.
YouTube. It's easy.
That's what I did.
Well, what do I do here?
Yeah.
Then
Well, Google.
Google too. Facebook. Internet. All the same.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's
Kind of.
everything's going internet based. I don't care what anybody says.
Yep.
I just know it is.
Everything's digital.
Mm-hmm.
Ties.
Can't stop the signal, Mel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm carrying over something I said on a previous show. It's because I'm a Firefly fan.
Who's a Firefly?
You wouldn't understand.
No,
It was before you was born.
too young.
But if you like Star Wars and stuff like that, look up Firefly and check it out.
Lord of the Rings. That's where I'm at.
You're at the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I like them too.
Lord of the Rings the best.
Oh, yeah.
I've never even watched Star Wars.
You know, I've watched Star Wars probably 12 times.
12 times?
12 times. I've watched all the Star Treks, including the sitcom, the shows that they did on TV. I've even watched every one of them at least 4 or 5. I binge watch. I won't do nothing. And then, I'll just mess with the show, or I'll do this or I'll do that. And then won't have a show to do. I'm all caught up on editing. Everything's done. And I just sit in that recliner over there and I'll binge watch.
Yeah. That's the way I am with YouTube videos about photography.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
She thought I was nuts first 6 months I was studying all this stuff. So see, I find that cool that you actually, you're not really going to school for photography, but you're doing kind of like what I did with hitting the YouTube videos and the how-tos and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
I found out, I don't know if you're finding that out or not, but I found out if you take and you watch 100 YouTube videos, if you take about a minute and a half out of each one of them, and then in your head put the information together, it works out better, because some of the information they give you, you don't really need.
Yeah. Well, that's what Instagram Reels are for photography. You ever look at Instagram Reels?
No, I haven't. I make them. And it took me 2 months to figure out how to make them. How long did it take you? 5 seconds?
I ain't made any.
You haven't made any?
No.
Dude, that's where it's at.
I've been thinking about it.
You got to.
TikTok is where it's at too. These short videos, that's where they're at.
Dude, I don't even do my TikTok. My daughter does my TikTok because I have no clue. And she gets in there and she pulls my shows up and she'll edit what she finds funny, kind of like a third party removed kind of. And they're actually doing pretty good from what I understand. I just check in with her once a week. Hey, how's TikTok?
There you go.
You got 800 views. And I'm like, hell, that's more than what I got on YouTube, but okay. It's crazy. I mean, it's just.
There's a larger audience.
Yeah, there really is.
But like, it's a attention span thing too.
Mm-hmm.
People don't want to sit for maybe 2 or 3 hours. It's a certain type of people.
Right.
Like, young people don't want to sit for 2.5 hours and watch a podcast. So maybe.
I'll tell you what's weird though. I get the analytics on the YouTube.
Is it young people?
And on the podcast. No. I'm getting between 30 and 55.
Yeah.
And one of the YouTube things that I watched on podcast was only do 30 minutes to an hour and then cut all that down to shorts. But, and it's strange, my best shows, most watched, most downloaded on the podcast, are the ones that are over an hour and a half, 2 hours. It's weird.
People are strange.
Yeah. But
unpredictable.
Of course, I'm kind of like a rebel. I don't like following the norm. I don't do the norm. I do what I want to do.
Yeah. Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's what music people do.
Mm.
Like people involved in entertainment, that's what they do. They're rebels. All of them.
Yeah. So are you wanting to do more music-related photos?
Definitely.
You like that better?
Yeah, I love it. I love portraits and music. Those are my two things.
That's your two biggies.
Yeah. But I do everything, like I said.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll have to figure out. I might have to make some phone calls and see if I can drag your butt in a couple places.
Hey, I like phone calls.
Do you like phone calls?
Yeah, phone calls.
Okay. Hey, Julie, call him at 3 o'clock in the morning, will you?
Maybe not 3, maybe 4.
4?
Might be up then.
Okay. Well, I mean, you got chores.
Chores on top of chores. Stuff to do.
Hey, stuff to do every day.
Every day. No breaks. He works me to death. You wouldn't believe it.
You bale hay?
No.
Cut tobacco?
No.
Stick it?
No.
Hang it?
No.
Slop pigs?
No.
Feed chickens?
No.
Yeah, out in Sparta, you're supposed to be in the dadgum country.
Listen, we are right outside the city limits.
Well, that's like me. I'm literally the city limits, the street behind me.
Yeah.
The city limits is right on the other side of that street.
Yeah.
That goes in the county.
All my friends, they make fun of me because I live right next to the city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're all out in the middle of nowhere. I was like, you got to drive 30 minutes to get to a hospital.
Yeah.
You know, drive 5.
Yeah. And Sparta, I mean, Sparta's good. It's a small town, but it's got some people
there. Interesting people.
Interesting people.
Of course, more interesting people come out of Dole.
Mm-hmm.
Dole's a place, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you get every type from Sparta because you got Cookville and Dole right under it.
Yeah.
So you got everybody.
Oh, yeah. And Walmart ain't too far.
Oh, yeah, Walmart is wild.
Mm-hmm.
Walmart's getting wild. I'll see people at Walmart I've never seen before. I know people from Sparta, lots of people.
Yeah.
But I'll go to Walmart, I don't know anybody.
Well, you could walk up to people and just say, hey,
I
take
do
a
that
picture.
every once in a while. I went up to Santa.
Did you?
Yeah, it was Halloween, and Santa was just sitting there in full costume, too.
Okay.
He had
That's a little freaky, but okay.
No, it was a couple days after Halloween. But yeah, just Santa. I was like, hey, can I take a picture? And then 3 days before Christmas, I go in there, and there's a skeleton next to the pharmacy.
Mm-hmm.
A Halloween skeleton, though. It's not a it's not a medical skeleton.
I hope it wasn't Santa's.
No.
Crazy, man. I mean, people do interesting things is what I call it. Because we used to take, me and a couple of buddies of mine, Joe Hooper, Mike Rose, we would take and ride our Harleys downtown Nashville.
You know Mike Rowe?
Mike Rose.
Oh, okay.
Not Mike Rowe. I'd like to meet the man.
Get him on the podcast.
He's got his own podcast.
That's true, but Theo Von has his own podcast too, and he goes on everybody's podcast.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's just the first name I thought of.
Mm-hmm.
Theo Von is good, man. You ever watch any of his videos?
I plead the fifth. I ain't going there, man. Look, Theo does his thing.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of him.
Wild one. He's special. He's different.
Yeah. Check mark, avoid lawsuit. Check mark. No, but I'm proud of anybody that can actually do this and monetize and actually do good. I'm proud of anybody that can do it. Just shake your head, but
I don't know. Listen, I'm just now learning how to talk, man. You don't know.
that's okay.
I've been looking up YouTube videos how to talk to people.
It's easy. You don't picture them naked like people tell you to. You just don't do that.
That's a crowd thing.
Well, I mean, you
don't
do
get
it to
nervous.
individual too, and you can talk to them. But with
That's a little bit more personal. That's a little bit more weird. That's like,
yeah, well, I mean, there's some people I don't want to picture naked.
that's a that's a big thing too.
Your dad's over here laughing his butt off. But yeah, I mean, like I told you earlier, I get nervous before every show. I always do. It's gotten better versus my earlier shows, because I used to have to take a shot, and then I'd smoke not one cigarette, but I'd smoke probably 2 or 3 before I actually done the show. And now I don't have to do the shot. Still smoke 1 cigarette before
That's
I do the show.
improvement.
That's a big improvement,
That's good.
but I still get nervous.
Yeah.
And if I'm emceeing somewhere, I'm a wreck before I first walk out on that stage. But once I get out on that stage, first 5 words out, and I've read the room, then I'm okay.
I find it worse in front of less people. The more people, the better.
No, yeah, you can do that.
Yeah. But like,
It's like that. You got more people, and you know they're not like staring a hole through you,
yeah.
waiting on something. You know, just say something. It's different.
I don't know why people's eyes are so threatening, but people stare you down. I do that to people. I'll go to the traffic stop and I'll just stop, and at the intersection I'll just
Just stare at them.
yeah.
Roll your window down, and okay, if it's a lady, roll your window down and just say something goofy, because you make her laugh.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer. If you can make somebody laugh, you made their day.
Yeah.
They could have had bad thoughts. They could have had anything, road rage, whatever. Just don't tell her she's got lips like a possum's butt. That's not going to work.
Probably not. I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know.
Stay behind the lens. Take a picture. Don't worry about it.
That's what I try to do. You drug me onto the podcast.
Well, I mean,
I got a hold of you. I forgot that.
no, you started this crap when you was talking to me down here in Franklin. You recognized me.
I recognize you. You're right.
And that was weird because you recognized me and another guy recognized me.
Do you get recognized a lot?
I didn't think I would, but I never really planned on doing the video aspect of it either. And I've actually gotten recognized not by the video, but by my voice. Because I've supposedly got one of those iconic voices.
Yeah.
And a lady tapped me on the shoulder and asked me, you do a podcast? And I'm like, yeah, me and her got to talking.
You got a face too. Like, you got a...
See, now you just left that all blank. You got a face. Everybody got a face.
Everybody got a face. But
Does it look like a baboon's butt is the choice, you know?
You just got a recognizable face and voice.
Yeah.
That's a good thing to match, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it ain't like a Hollywood type of. It's like local. You go down to Nashville, you'll see people that look like you.
Yeah. I've actually had people come up to me before I ever started a podcast. They'd be like, dude, do I know you? Nope. Never met you before in my life.
Yeah.
I could have swore I know you. And I'm like, no, dude, I never met you before in my life.
Yeah.
You know, it's just the way it is. But I mean, you got to be able to. When I was younger, when I was your age, I was shy. I really was. And I hid behind my car.
You hid behind your car?
Yeah, because everybody knew David drove that 67 Mustang Fastback GT.
Okay, I know what
red.
you're saying now. I thought you were saying
That's how I identified.
Yeah.
Everybody identified. I mean, even today, I think, Julie, is that right? Even today's people identify me with the car. Yeah. And, you know, people can identify with you through the camera
Yeah.
and the podcast you're on. And you'll get recognized.
Yeah. That's what I do with the camera too.
Mm-hmm.
I get nervous sometimes. I'll take pictures, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My dad had a heart attack Christmas Day last year, and that's what I did. I cried a little bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was real sad. He was on the brink of death, no big deal, you know. But
Yeah, no big deal.
I knew he wouldn't
It's
die.
fine.
I knew he wouldn't die, but it still made me sad.
Well, he looks like a tough old bird. So.
Yeah, he's all right. Hey, he'll show you the scars on his chest. You ask him.
Nope, he did the hand on the forehead. I'm good. Never know.
I took pictures that whole time I was in the hospital with him, and I stayed with him for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Take a bunch of pictures of him.
yeah. I think I ended up with maybe 120 keepers from the hospital.
Yeah.
Of course, I would have taken my real camera. It would have been a little bit odd. They would have let me, but it would have been a little bit odd. But I just took my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that kind of kept me distracted, you know.
Well, also, I mean, photographs are the best way to keep a memory.
Yeah.
I've got a tote in my room that is full of freaking pictures.
Yeah.
That I keep meaning, shut up, Julie. I keep meaning to put in a catalog or scan them in digitally or do something with them.
Yeah.
And I just keep procrastinating.
That's what I want to do. I want to keep pictures. I don't know how many pictures I'm going to have whenever I'm 90 years old.
Well, there's no telling.
But, yeah, I want to keep a box of pictures of everybody in my family. I mean,
Well, I mean, I've seen, because you like the concert stuff, I've seen some photographers, they'll actually come out with a whole book of different pictures that they took, and they wrote notes down, I guess, after they took the pictures and everything, where they at and who they took them of and all that other stuff. And then they transcribed all that over into the book. So, I mean, what you're getting into is really, there's so many doors with that, you know?
yeah. Went blank again.
What?
I don't know. I had a thought and I lost it. You ever do that?
Yeah, but I'm old.
Yeah. You have an excuse.
I have an excuse.
I don't have an excuse.
It is what it is, man.
It is what it is.
No, I haven't been on his website yet.
He means my Facebook.
Oh, your Facebook? Yeah,
I
I've
got
been
a
on the
website.
Facebook. I've been on the Facebook and seen the pictures and stuff.
Yeah. I take good pictures.
You do. You really do. You have a knack for it. I will. I'm going to take and put his Facebook page. I'll put his Facebook page, all his info and everything. Yep. That way he can. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what I want. I want a lot of people to see your work. That's why, it's going to be in the comments and stuff on the podcast and the YouTube and whatever the heck else my daughter's got going on with my stuff. But I always put it down in there in the comments and everything. That way they can just click on it, go straight to you, check everything out. I mean, for a 16-year-old to take the pictures that you do, that's something to be proud of, dude. Because you got real quality pictures.
I think some people are just born with it. Well,
it's a talent.
That's kind of broad, but you definitely got to work at it.
Oh yeah,
you do. But I think some people just ain't got it.
Yeah,
some people got it. Some people do not got it.
That's like, okay, when I was 14 years old, I got a drum kit because my parents, they supported my crazy butt on a bunch of daggum stupid stuff, but got a drum set. And the only song I learned how to play was 38 Special, Chain Lightning. I believe that was the name of the song. What's that name of the song? Chain Lightning? And that's the only song I learned how to play. And I was just like, this is too much work.
Well, that's kind of the way I was with different stuff. Of course, I didn't spend $1,500 on a kit.
Well, I didn't either.
I don't know.
My cousin had a kit.
Okay.
I bummed the kit.
Did spend a bunch more money on other stuff, though.
Oh, yeah. Cameras ain't cheap.
Yeah.
Because you was asking about the ones that I got here. I mean, I think the retail price on them right now are around $1,200-$1,300. None of this stuff is cheap.
Every few months, I'll find a new instrument I want to try and play.
I couldn't do guitar, couldn't do drums. I played bass a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting into now.
Is bass?
Got a bass, yeah.
Sweet.
And, I tried out drums at the church. It's like, my preacher, he's a musician, buddy. He can play drums like anybody. He can play guitar. He's good.
Oh yeah.
And he's my pastor. It's like you don't expect something like that, but he can play. And
maybe he can teach you.
He done shut me down.
Oh man.
Pitiful. He's a busy man.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them. I mean,
most people are.
Yeah. That's where you actually lose contact with friends because you get so busy with your own life.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Then when you get married and you start having kids, just think your future wife is out there at the other end of a lens somewhere. You're just going to bump into her and take a picture of her.
Well, hey, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Probably not. I got Samantha.
Samantha.
She's beautiful.
Is she?
You should have seen her.
When?
In my profile picture, Facebook.
Oh, I thought, dude, the pictures you took and they're on there, I don't know who they are.
Oh, well, okay. You thought the redhead was my sister.
I didn't know.
You didn't even see it.
I didn't even know if whoever, dude, I went through your pictures. That was it.
Okay.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I could. Did I friend you on there?
We're friends.
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
I think we are.
Well, she got some long hair.
Yes, she does. Like near down to her knees.
See, I didn't even look at these. I just went down and hit photos. I like the cat pic.
The cat pic? What are you talking about?
The cat pic.
Oh, I took that with my phone.
The black and white.
Yeah. I take pictures of random stuff all the time, stuff that I don't even post or anything like that. Half my pictures I don't even post.
Yeah. You need to post them.
That kind of keeps it enjoyable to me, I guess. I don't know. Just
Everybody's got a little niche. Where in the world? I know you had some of DOMINE on here.
oh yeah, it might be on my Facebook page that you're talking about.
I'm on your Facebook page.
Boknowsphoto.
Scrolling. There's some bands on here, but it's not DOMINE.
Boknowsphoto or Bo Judkins?
Bo Judkins.
Well, look on
Boknowsphoto?
Yeah. That's where all the good pictures are, man. Come on.
Nah. See, I like looking at stuff like this.
That's rare breed.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my first real concert.
I got to figure out how to put pictures and stuff up. See, that's cool. I like stuff like that.
I took even better pictures of him a couple months ago.
Yeah.
That,
On Boknowsphoto.
yeah, he's on there.
So which one do you want me to put on the podcast up?
Boknowsphoto.
Just Boknowsphotos?
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all don't look at Bo Judkins then. Y'all
You
just go
said
to...
it. That's what I was trying to say earlier.
What?
Jenkins.
Jenkins.
That's what people always call me. Jenkins.
Yeah, wow. It's one of those things. You never freaking know. You never know.
This is the best one.
Which one?
Butterball.
That is Butterball. I love that dog. I sold him though.
Butterball.
He had to go.
What kind of dog was that?
It's a little beagle puppy.
Oh, okay. Beagles bark like crazy.
Not when they got a little bit of fox sound.
Mm.
Lucy was the mama. Her mom and daddy was foxhound beagle.
Right.
And then Dan, he's full-blooded.
Mm-hmm.
So that dog was 1/4
1/4.
foxhound. Something about it. I don't know.
How in the heck do you decide on what fourth quarter or anything else a dog has got in him? How do you do that?
Hey, I just told you.
Man. I'd have named him Half and Half. It's just Half and Half. That's him. Check him out. What else you pulling up over there, Julie?
This would be a good one for any military.
What is it?
The boots are made for running.
Oh, yeah.
That's the type of picture I wouldn't post anymore.
Yeah. But it's still a good pick.
It's a good pic. Yeah,
It's a good pick.
good picture.
That's what I'm saying. People need to go through your stuff and look at it because, I mean, for a 16-year-old to take these quality pictures, it's kind of unheard of. You know, I mean.
That was on my grandmother's front yard in her driveway. Yeah, and they call that a long exposure. It's a car passing by. The longer you keep the shutter open,
Right. You get the street glow.
yeah.
You know, I remember when they first started doing that way back in the day. And then you don't really see that a whole lot anymore.
Every once in a while. It's mainly stars.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's been a couple album covers recently of long exposure stuff, but I think those were old pictures too.
Yeah. See, and that's another avenue.
What?
Artwork for the frickin' EPs and all that other stuff.
Yeah. I don't know.
There's all kinds of things you can get into.
Part of me wants to keep it local. Part of me wants to go everywhere. I don't know what it is. I went to Georgia a couple weeks ago,
Yeah.
week or so ago, Savannah and Tybee Island. And maybe I would have liked it more if we had stayed longer, but the driving, it's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
I can go for 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
8 hours, too long.
Well, you'll never be a truck driver then because you got to drive for 11 hours straight every day.
Couldn't do it.
Oh, that'd drive you nuts.
It's a special breed, truck drivers.
We're special, all right. Yeah, we're special.
I didn't mean it like that, but yeah.
I did. I had a guy come up to me one day and he's like, man, I just keep seeing these big old pretty trucks and everything going up and down the road, and I've always wanted to do that. Could you give me any advice to becoming a truck driver? And I said, yep. Don't. What do you mean, man? You want to never see your kids grow up? Drive a truck. You want to have multiple marriages? Drive a truck. You want to be gone and never see home? Drive a truck. Because you literally get out there and you're in that truck. You're not out sightseeing like everybody thinks you are, because you ain't got time. You got to get to point A to point B as fast as you can. And they got the electronic logbooks now that you can't cheat no more. Pitiful. I know. It's pitiful.
Pitiful.
Used to, you could just throw the logbook in the back in the sleeper and just run all night and not worry about it. Or 2 logbooks, or yeah. Anyway, I'm telling secrets. I'll have truckers lined up trying to whoop my butt now. But that's just the way it goes. You got any upcoming shows?
I've been hanging out with the Park Theater in McMinnville for a little bit. And every month or so, they got a show for me.
Yeah.
And I think on the 18th, it's Gangsta Grass or something like that.
Gangsta Grass?
Gangsta Grass. Bluegrass and like rap or something like that.
That's just a weird name, but okay.
They're popular, apparently. I don't
Are they?
Yeah. Look them up.
You look them up.
No, you look them up.
I ain't looking them up.
I ain't looking them up. You look 'em up. Julie.
Julie's supposed to look them up. Julie's not even paying attention. She's been putting up with my butt ever since I put this show together. She ain't even paying attention to me no more. Do you even know the name he said? Gangsta Grass. Yeah.
It ain't Gangster Grass, it's Gangsta Grass.
Is it a theater or a bar or
Park Theater?
Park Theater?
It's the Park Theater.
So outside.
No. That's what I thought the first time I went over there. It's an odd name.
Yeah.
I guess it's right next to a park or something like that. If it even, I don't know where it's at. It's just like at the heart of McMinnville. And
Well, you've been going there. You got to know where it's at.
I just, like I said, I open up Google Maps, tells me where to go.
I tell you what, electronics go down.
Hey, I can make my way to the Park Theater. I just don't know what's around it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, y'all going to be a bunch of lost people. You want to know what's in my bedroom in there?
What's in there?
There is a big old map, atlas, with every street and everything, all the way up into Canada, everywhere. And I know how to read it.
I can read.
Within 2 miles, I can read that freaking map. I see people turning on their GPS just to go to work.
That's getting a little bit.
So if your GPS goes down, you don't know how to go to work no more?
That's a little bit dependent. That's getting a little.
Well, a lot of people are dependent on this little electronic device. But I'm not getting on my soapbox. Because I'm an internet-based.
Don't start encouraging people to quit
There you go.
looking at the internet too much or they'll stop listening to your podcast.
Huh?
From old school, we brought some skills
Yeah. Actually, I taught my son how to read a map. And my daughter, she's okay at it. But
I think Bob knows, but I mean, there's some kids that don't even know what you're talking about when you say atlas.
yeah. Yeah, they're thinking of the little man holding up the world globe. That was his name, Atlas.
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't know if you knew that or not. My head's full of worthless information. It's crazy.
I can read a clock. Can you believe that?
Wow.
I've met people that cannot read a clock.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane to me.
My granddaughter cannot read a clock. She's 11 years old. But if you throw a digital up there, she can read it.
I guess it's a little bit more simple. I don't know. 12.
I don't know. I was taught at 5 years old how to read a clock.
Yeah.
10 years old, I was doing my own freaking laundry. So, I mean,
Yeah.
There you go.
I can't talk. I'm part of this generation.
Well, I noticed.
I can't help it, man.
It's okay.
If I was alive back then, I would have begged him to have me earlier. I swear.
I mean, it's inside you. You've got to get into the human interaction, because no matter what happens in life, it's a human condition.
That's wise. That's deep.
That's old.
Well, that's what wise and deep is. Old.
Yeah. Me and your dad could probably sit around and write a book on sayings that we grew up with that y'all ain't even ever heard of before.
Hey, you should hear him go on. I listen to him. I hear him.
Yeah. Me and him could be the prophets of the new age.
Listen, every day it's something new.
Yeah.
Every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's just 60 or 61 years of information just
Mm-hmm.
getting poured into my
I ain't far behind him now. I mean, I'm 58. So we're all in that little 70, 80 era. Mm-hmm. You know, the what do they call us, the Gen Zs or whatever they call it?
You guys are
What are we?
Gen X. No, that's millennials and Gen X.
No, Gen X. Yeah, we're Gen X.
Dad, he's a boomer though. He was like 2 months away from being a Gen X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was born in 65, right in the X era.
Everybody's saying that now. Okay, boomer. You know, because that one lady I think is up in Canada. She told some congressman like, "Okay, boomer."
Boomer. Work there, boomer. You did good, man. You did good. Crazy. I mean, heck, but it's something that I do still to this day because I learned it from my dad. Every time I fell down, got hurt, whatever, get your butt back up.
Yeah.
Walk it off. And then that ever popular little thing, they chime in every now and then. You know why you fell down? Teach yourself how to get back up.
That sounds like something he'd say.
Yeah. And then I heard that on a Batman movie, and I was like, wow.
When was the Batman movie released?
I don't know.
When you were a little boy. When did you hear it? I mean,
Dude, I grew up with Adam West and Batman and Robin on a sitcom. That's the car I always wanted. I mean, it was just, you know, the jet car and everything else. Then y'all come out with, who was it? Tim Burton come out with that weird designed freaking Batman car with the Joker and all that stuff.
cartoons got weird in the 90s for a little bit.
Yeah, they did.
70s had the best cartoons, I think. 50s, maybe.
I think, to be perfectly honest with you, the era that had the best cartoons was our era, because
It's got all of them.
we had nothing but cartoons, and Mel Blanc voiced 85% of them. One guy doing voiceovers for 85% of the cartoons out there, you know.
Yeah.
And they made sense, and they taught you something. I ain't gonna lie though. I mean, when I think it was like 92, 93, I started seeing some of the older cartoons, but they were like redrawing them and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't care for that style of drawing that they were doing.
Yeah.
I just didn't like it. Ren and Stimpy was pretty cool though.
Who? Something old again, I see.
Yeah, it's something old
Yeah.
again. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but up until I was like 8 years old, I just watched everything that my dad put on.
Yeah. Well, he controlled.
We had PBS.
He controlled the remote.
Yeah.
In our day, we was the remote. But we were lucky. There was only like 3-4 channels. We were good.
He was nice to me though. He'd put on. I was watching the Three Stooges.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
I love some Stooges.
Three Stooges are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And Mom, she had the old Western Channel, and
Love some
Gunsmoke.
old. Give me some old John Wayne and some
everything. Yeah.
Clint Eastwood. It's good stuff, man.
For a while, I didn't know the difference between John Wayne and Clint Eastwood.
There's a fine line.
Is there?
Yeah.
What's the line?
Clint Eastwood was taller.
Okay. They look similar though. It might be the clothes though.
Yeah, it was the clothes, but I mean, Clint Eastwood had the poncho all the time. Always had a poncho over him. That way he could hide the gun.
And the Lone Ranger. That
Yeah.
was my show, man.
And Tonto.
I ain't thought of the Lone Ranger in a million years.
Mm-hmm. See, I make you think on this daggum place.
But yeah, the Lone Ranger was my show, man.
Mm-hmm. And it was an old show. Go back and look at the old 1950 Superman show. It's kind of lame, but that's where it all started.
I'm starting to watch movies and TV shows that I watched when I was little too, and it's gotten cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know if it's a year thing or because it was my first time watching it. I don't know what the reason is. Because, like, my mom says she's watched horror movies when they first came out in the 80s.
Yeah.
And now they scared them to death back in, but nowadays they're cheesy.
Oh, yeah.
and stuff.
I was,
But
was I 10, 11 years old when Jaws came out?
mhm.
Scared the crap out of me. To this day, I will not go in the ocean up past my hip. True story. I did not sleep for 2 weeks.
Man.
And if I did sleep, it was cat nap, just doze off and then I pop back up.
It didn't bother me.
But it scared the crap out of me.
I was wild though. I don't know what my deal was. Nothing bothered me.
Well, I mean, some people can do that, I mean, it's just weird.
People are different.
Yeah. No, people are strange. Just pull up the doors. People are strange.
That's a good song.
a good song.
I listened to that song every day for like 6 months one time.
It puts a lot of things into perspective.
They came out with a new movie and they put that song in it.
Yeah.
What's it called? Like Venom. Well, I don't know if
I don't know if it's Venom or not. It
There's
might
something
be.
about vampires. I don't know.
I don't remember.
It ain't even a new movie. That's been 2 years. I'm getting my years mixed up again.
It might have been in John Carpenter's Dracula. Might have been. I'm not sure. Like I said, my head's full of useless knowledge and I have to sort through it every now and then.
Yeah.
What are you waving at me for? What are you doing? Oh, Julie's taking pictures. Weird people.
I take pictures.
She's doing it with a phone too.
Well, that is weird.
Yeah, see what I got to put up with?
Yeah. Sitting over there, zoomed in on me. I know.
Yep. Yeah, we'll use that picture for something. No, we started doing that because I noticed other podcasts don't do that.
Behind the scenes?
Yeah, they don't do it. Theo don't even do it. Rogan don't do it.
They need to. They need to hire an actual photographer.
It's
Well,
Little Miss Phone over there.
yeah.
She got happy on one show. I think it was like 20, 25 pictures she took. I can't remember who that was. There was a bunch of daggone pictures. Leon, wasn't it? Yeah. Leon and Sammy. Leon and Sammy. Hey, Sammy's in town. He ain't even called me. How do you know he's in town? He talked to you and not talked to me? See what I got to put up with?
Women.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. If it wasn't for her, half this stuff that goes on behind the scenes around here.
Hey, they're okay for some things.
Yeah, something.
I'm about to get canceled.
You fix to get your butt whooped. What's going to happen? Oh, God. All right. So, Bo Knows Photos. Facebook, Instagram, same thing?
Yeah.
What else is the same thing?
Boknowsphoto.
That's what I said, Bo Knows Photo.
No, you said photos.
So I added an S, whatever.
Yeah.
It'll pop up.
Too. I probably did it earlier. Telling you.
There ain't no telling.
It'll be all right.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I mean, if I put it out, you see it and you don't like it.
Photo.
Okay, Bo Knows Photo. I'm going to put it on your file.
You got a file?
Yeah. You have a file.
You got like a whole cupboard or something like a file drawer?
You do the little spaces?
No spaces.
All right, we're going to put that on there. That way everybody can find you. And seriously, folks, y'all check this young man out. Check out his work. If you need some photos, if your band wants photos, any podcasters out there want photos, holler at him. Young man is good. And I deeply applaud that because you studied it on your own and you're doing all this on your own.
That's me.
And that's something to be proud of. I know that old man over there is prouder than hell of you.
I think so. He tells me he is.
Well, I mean, whenever one of your kids actually shows an interest in something and they stick with it, that's a proud moment.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. We're going to get out of here, everybody. And remember, like, share, follow, subscribe. It helps us all out. And it really helped me out if y'all could, move 1 inch and hit the subscribe at YouTube. Would love it. And follow Bo at Bo Knows Photo. Did I say it right? Did I say it right?
Boknowsphoto.
Okay. Bo Knows Photos. See, I said it wrong then. Bo Knows Photo. There we go.
Amen.
Check it out. Y'all check out his pictures and stuff. He's good. And I can't wait to see more and how far you carry it.
Oh, I'm going to fly high.
I hope so. It's going to be awesome because then I know, hey, I know Bo. All right, y'all, we're getting out of here. Y'all have a good night. We'll have some more fun later. Bo, be careful driving home, man.
Let's take some pictures.
Well, sounds good to me. Let me log out of here.
Yeah, let's log out.
All right, bro. We'll see y'all later. Toodaloo.